Yes, this is an unfortunate case in that one person dies and was really the provider.
The cause of death for Miss Betsy Hackman, aged 65 years, is Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome.
This is a fairly rare cause of death.
Illness, or if one has mild illness, you really may not be able to tell the difference between hantavirus and having the flu.
Conclude that Mr. Hackman probably died around February 18th. Based on the circumstances, it is reasonable to conclude that Ms. Hackman passed away first, with February 11th being the last time that she was known to be alive.
Yes, this is an unfortunate case in that one person dies and was really the provider, the caretaker, and the other person who was dependent on that caretaker then later dies. Because of his Alzheimer's or other mental diseases, the person who is dependent on the caretaker who died, they can't always communicate that to other people. They may or may not be able to care for themselves. And in this particular case, it is quite possible that there might have been some early symptoms that he himself didn't recognize and didn't go to a doctor. This is a fairly rare cause of death. It happens in the Four Corners area of the country and really not other areas. It happens, a few times a year in New Mexico, is my understanding.
Body aches, feeling much like having the flu or a severe cold. As the illness progresses, and if it's becoming dangerous or one's getting the pulmonary syndrome from hantavirus, that will feel more like short-windedness. Feeling very short-winded, just trying to get around the house or doing activities of daily living. One may develop a cough. That can progress rapidly.
Hypertensive heart disease is really quite common, and it really is a killer. People really ought to take their hypertensive medications. It's really one of the most common causes of death that we see, and it can be very sudden. It can result in arrhythmia that there's no prodrome, nothing to suggest it's about to happen. They just fall dead.
There are some studies in the past looking at the amount of virus in the blood. And so the higher copies of the RNA virus in the blood, the sicker you are. And vice versa, if your body can't make the antibodies or mount a response to treat or to fight off this virus, then you may be at risk of having a poorer outcome or getting sicker. So those are the two things that we know, but they're not really helpful in the moment, in the point of care where someone comes to the provider, because you can't get that information